Hey there, I'm here to show you what I do to get ready for a dance competition or dress rehearsal. I know we have several new parents, so I thought this would just be helpful to kind of get you guys going. So, the very first thing that I do is all of your costumes come in garment bags like this. If it's got shorts or a skirt, they're just at the bottom. So the first thing that I do is I go through all of them and I find the loose bottoms, and I just get these from Walmart, these little clippy things that adjust. And I clip, oh, maybe if my brain would work. I clip the bottoms onto a hanger, spread it out so it lays nice and flat. And then I just go ahead, I don't know if you can see. I just go ahead and stick it right through the exact same thing that the leotard is on. So they're both hanging nice, but they're up tall. There's nothing in the bottom of the bag. And then I zip it up. The next thing that I do with my garment bags is I write little cards. So this is Selena. It says leotard with fringe skirt because that's what's inside of it. She needs nude tights, tan jazz shoes, and no props. And so I just write that out. And then right here where it says her name, I just get rid of these cards. There's no problem having them. And then I slip my little homemade card into this. So now I know that this costume is for Selena, and when I'm getting her ready, I can go buy this. And that's how I do garment bags. Okay, so moving right along. All of my costumes are in garment bags and organized with my own labels, and everything is on a hanger in its same bag. So let's move on. Remember these little things that we pulled out of the bags that were in there? Don't throw those away because I'm going to use them. So Veggie Tales is one that Kennedy has a lot of accessories with. Like she's got a beanie and she's got socks. I guess not a lot, but more, okay? So what I do with that is I take my little bag, and you can, the reason I said don't throw these away is because you can usually write on them VeggieTales accessories or all that fun stuff, or you can just write directly on the bag, which is what I'm going to do. I'm gonna write VeggieTales. Just like this. And then I'm going to open up a bag. You can use freezer bags, or you can use sandwich size bags. It's whatever you need to use at the time. So I'm gonna open up all these tiny bags, which you can just reuse these bags too if they come in them. I'm gonna put her beanie in this bag. And then I'm gonna put her tall socks in this bag. And just get rid of this excess and make it one bag. Yeah. And then what you can do is punch a hole right here and hook it on the hanger, and so it's all together. Or if you have a nice dance bag or anything that you can use, you can put it like this. I'm gonna turn you around for a minute. This is our Diva Dolly. It looks like this. Whoop, on the outside it has Diva Dolly, and it has whatever I'm trying to say, drawers. It's pretty expensive, so if you're a dancer just in a couple dances, I don't know if I'd recommend purchasing a big one. But there's also a lot of people, like on Amazon, there are these rolling duffel bags, okay, that you can roll around, and it's just a duffel bag, and it's super cute. And that's a great place to, to help too, because then you can roll it around and you're not having to lug all that fun stuff, but everything's in a central location. So, and there's many dance bags for sale out there. There's Diva Dolly, there's dance trolleys, there's a 1 million. All you have to do is search them. Some of them are super, super expensive. Some of them are less expensive. It's just whatever's good for you. So back to my little thing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to fold mine and put, I have a little drawer for accessories only. And that's what I'm doing, or you can hang it on your hanger. And that's what I do with accessories. The next thing I do is shoes. Oh, bra. Peyton's being Elsa. Kennedy has a dance bag that we take to dance every single Monday. I don't know if you guys are the proactive parents, unlike me. I don't look in this thing until I need to find shoes. I don't check it every week. I probably should. That's not a good thing to know, but I make sure that they're all in there, and then the rest of it. So I usually clean out her dance bag the week of competition. And I also make sure she has everything. So like a scrunchie, that's just in Ken's bag. Everyone needs a tiny unicorn in their bag. Socks, clothing, underwear, shirts. This is just my child, how she works. A sloth and llama sticker pad. Like I said, you don't have to have all of this, obviously. Oh, a bill. Imagine that, a dance bill. But here's where I start doing inventory. So I look, okay, she's got both of the exact same ballet shoes, same size, and I stack them and put them to the side. And I'm like, okay, ballet shoes, check. I check that it has her name written in all of them, and I make sure that her name's always in them. Same size, jazz shoes, check. We also keep this in her dance bag. It's a reusable ice pack for competitions. We haven't had to use it yet, but I've let other like older dancers use it, and it's a really cool thing to keep in there. An old ballet shoe that we lost the partner to. I guess I can just put that over there since I bought a new pair. Converse for her hip hop dance. Okay, check. And then her shocks, with the week of, I'm gonna make sure that there's no hairs. They don't look super crazy. They're laid out nicely, okay? These are white ballet shoes from last year, but I leave them in her bag just to have, just because I am that person. And then I clean out all of the extra and excess stuff. When it comes to competition time, Kennedy knows that she is in charge of her dance bag and her dance shoes. I still make sure it gets in the car, obviously. But I do inventory and I make sure that everything is there so everything is ready for her, but it's her job to carry it in. I highly recommend giving little jobs to littles especially, or bigs, so that way, because as a parent, you're doing 1,000 things, you're flustered, you're all over the place. So give them specific things that they're in charge of, but you can check on it too. And that's how I check her dance shoes. All right, now it's the big one. What I pack in my dance trolley, dance bag, Diva Dolly for us, and what I bring to every competition. Here's what I will tell you. I am an overpacker. It's the anxiety in me, I know. But I overpack so many things, but I've never needed something and not had it. And so that's my main goal. If you are not an overpacker, don't worry about it. Don't be like, oh my gosh, she has all these things. I'm more than willing to share. But this is what I put if you're trying to kind of figure out what to do. I always bring a reusable cup because a lot of competitions you can't get concession at, and so I bring drinks or something to refill because I like my drinks cold, and I'm also backstage a lot. As a parent, you probably don't need to do that, but you need to have some type of water or something clear in your bag for your dancer because they will get thirsty whether you think they will or not, they will. I have this, obviously it's new. I always bring a blanket and just leave it in my Diva Dolly because those competitions are notorious for being super, super cold. Not backstage, but when they're in the audience waiting. And so since I have a little, I always bring a blanket with me to throw over her or to hold up when she's changing. I always have one. So starting at the very bottom of my Diva Dolly, oh, something's caught. Bum, bum, bum. Sorry if you're shaking. You're propped up on the Diva Dolly. Okay, so things that I bring. I bring lint rollers. Those are the tights that we talked about that I already have in here. I bring all of the tights that we ordered for the season. I just throw them all in there. I bring a Tide to Go pen. More for me than her. Shout wipes. You never know which ones you'll need. I learned this. I bring the big Band-Aids because my kiddo one year had really skinned up knees for recital and we needed big Band-Aids, and these were the only ones that tights could go over and you couldn't see. So I bring big Band-Aids, make sure they're not like princesses or something crazy like that. And then I am an overachiever and I bring my steamer everywhere we go because you never know when a costume is wrinkled or something is wrong and you need to steam it real fast. So I don't recommend you have to have a steamer. I really haven't used it yet outside of in my home. But if you're crazy like me and want to overpack, then you can do that. And let me throw this back in. And then we'll move on. And that's my bottom drawer. Like I said, I have drawers. You would probably have a bag, or you can have drawers too. It's whatever you feel like. My next drawer, this is where I have pretty much almost everything. Oh, come on, doll. This is my little bag. In this bag, I keep everything that is required by the studio. So all of my earrings are in this bag. And all of my little hair ties are in this bag. That's the only things that are in this bag, but I have a lot that I've kept over the years. So I have a specific thing that I know I'm gonna get into this bag every single competition, and that helps me with my brain. I bring, oh my goodness, this thing is rolling everywhere. Bobby pins are always a must. Clear elastics are always a must for us. This is my favorite hairspray besides, oh my goodness, it's in a red can. I don't remember. The other one is in a red can, and then I love Tresemme as well, but those are my 3 favorites. I have this shampoo cape because my kid likes to eat Cheez-Its while we get ready. So I bought it off Amazon. I just pop it on her when we're doing makeup or when she's eating and she has a costume on. Now, it won't prevent like drinks or anything from spilling on it, but for crumbs and little stuff like that, it's super helpful. Once again, that's not something you have. I have my handy dandy sewing kit that's got everything you could need in it. 2 pairs of scissors. Scissors were the main thing that I wanted in my sewing kit, as well as safety pins. I need to restock my safety pins actually. And I just went blank. And needle and thread just in case. I only have black and white needle and thread. If they need something else, I'm just not gonna have it, sorry. I bring a hairbrush that I designate only for competitions because hairbrushes go lost in my house. Oh, apparently we have two hairbrushes. Always on the up and up. Kennedy has really curly, tangly hair, and so I bring detangler for when I need to brush it through. I bring micellar water. This is not to take off her makeup. I mean, it kind of is, but when I make a mistake with her eyes, a Q-tip in this and just like a little roll will clean up any like odd random things. Like micellar water is what I use that for mainly. And then in this bag, it's got kind of a lot of odds and ends. It's got floss, hair ties, Band-Aids, Q-tips, safety pins, all the randomness that I think I could bring, I wrap in that bag as well. And then another thing that I recommend you bring, and I do recommend you fitting this even if you have a small bag, is I bring a plain black leotard or sports bra and Spanx or shorts and a t-shirt that look nice, because lots of times at competitions that we go to, they have auditions or extra little fun stuff that they can do, and like dance down for charity, you'll hear that a lot. People don't wear costumes on stage when they do that, and so I always like to pack one black little Leo or one little extra to have just in case. And a lot of people show up in their first costume, and so I like having that if I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to put something on her so we can go. My top drawer is just all my accessories that we've already talked about. And then the very, very, very top up here is all of my makeup, all my palettes that we use, concealer, all the brushes. I use Gorilla Snot Gel when I do the braids, just so it stays hard completely. I love it. It's easy to wash out. I really like that. And that's what I have in my Diva Dolly bag. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me or Miss Miranda, but not the day of a competition because we are going to be running ragged. And that's all I have. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Oh, and I forgot to add a couple little things. I also have regular hair ties in my Diva Dolly. I just didn't say those. I also will bring a straightener this year because you have to have straight hair. For the littles, last year she didn't have to because she had piggies. This year it is a straight pony, so I will be buying a cheap straightener to keep in the Diva Dolly at all times. Now, see you later.